Surgeons, let's watch this white cataract. Two parasites are made. The vision blue is staining the anterior capsule, and after washing with BSS, I figured that staining was not good enough, so I added more vision blue and stained more and waited for the vision blue to stay a little longer. After that, we're gonna wash it with the BSS. Now I'm satisfied with the amount of staining. The viscoelastic is filling up the eye. Main wound is coming in, and now time for puncturing the anterior capsule. No need to aspirate. We have to aspirate the cortex, but rather we can do another technique here. We can do the spiral rhexis. After pressurizing the anterior capsule, we're gonna start with the small rhexis, and we're gonna run it and enlarge it as we are running it to the periphery. And by that, we will avoid the extension. Now we're gonna rock the nucleus with this ultralight forceps and release some liquefied cortex. So we don't really need to do like baby rhexis technique or the needle decompression. The spiral rhexis is also equally good. Now we're gonna do some combo chops. There is a trench going in the middle, and because we don't have a red reflex, so we're gonna be very careful in this trench, and then we're gonna do some rotation, and then gonna do some horizontal chop. Another trench was going in. Complete chop has complete crack has been accomplished. One quadrant is already free. Now we're gonna take that out, and we're gonna take our time to chop and emulsify, chop, rotate, chop, and emulsify. So remember, these white cataracts are very mean because you don't have a good red reflex, so you don't know like how deep your phaco tips can go. So take your time, and don't be very generous with the vacuum. Give it in bursts. Don't do continuous vacuum or continuous phaco, and take your time and take it quadrant by quadrant. Notice that there is no epinuclear shell to weigh down this posterior capsule, so be very careful while you're moving the last pieces, because it can easily come to the anterior and hit the sharp phaco tip and cause a rupture capsule. Now some remaining cortex is being removed now with the IA mode, and after that is being done and completed, we're gonna be doing some anterior polishing because there is a lot of epithelial cells in the anterior capsule. We're gonna clean that up, rubbing it mechanically and applying some vacuum at the same time. And after that is completed, we're gonna fill up the AC with and the bag with viscoelastic and prepare the bag for the IOL implantation. Now in this case, I did not have access to single piece IOL for IOL calculation of this patient, but I did have a 3-piece IOL and the bag is intact, so I said why not just put this 3-piece in the bag. So this is how we're gonna load it. It should come as a letter Z with the haptics and optic. The leading haptic goes in first, and then the trailing haptic should be free in the cartridge. You don't fold it. And then slowly we're gonna introduce it to the AC and then to the bag. Here we're gonna enlarge the wound a little bit, and then we're gonna inject the 3-piece IOL. Here another tip that you can slightly rotate the tip of the cartridge so it comes in a 45 or 90 degrees, and then you introduce the leading haptic to the bag, and slowly we're gonna rotate it from the haptic optic junction, so the other haptic goes into the bag. And if you are fearing that the haptic is too sharp and it might puncture through the posterior capsule, you can just always add more viscoelastic or more Healon to kind of protect the posterior capsule and the equator. Here I'm taking my time. The trailing haptic is not yet in the bag; it's still out. I can see it from the oval rhexis. Now, like after tucking it with the chopper, I am 100% sure that the optic and the haptics are inside. Now we're gonna clean the viscoelastic from the bag and from behind the optic, and then we're gonna clean up. And we're gonna take some time like cleaning up, because I injected a lot of Healon here. Now hydrating the side ports, and then I'm gonna hydrate the main wound. Unfortunately, I think when I was dilating the main wound to inject IOL, I think I was a bit generous, so the wound is still leaking a little bit. So I said, you know what, just let me be on the safe side and put a 10-0 nylon suture. So introducing the suture here, and then I'm gonna do 3-1-1 throws. So here's the suture coming from the conjunctival side, and then I'm gonna tie it 3 times, making sure the AC is formed while I'm doing so. 1, 2, and 3, and then creating a knot, lock it, and then one on top of it, perpendicular, and the third one. Fantastic. Now we're gonna cut it down, and then we're gonna bury it, and then we're gonna call it a day. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.